guys really hate people on food stamps and Section 8 so fucking much, why don't you guys go after the corporations? Like Walmart and like Giant Eagle and like all these other places that are, offering like $15 an hour when rent is $1,500 a month. Why do you want people to have kids when we can't afford them? There's not many high-paying jobs out there. Like, I work for a union and I make $35 an hour at my take-home, before taxes. That's after dues and everything else. And like most of the people that I fucking work with, their wives are working. Like, they can't afford homes. Like, and it's not like we're all drug addicted or fucking alcoholics or addicted to video games or anything. It's like we don't take vacations. We're all driving old beaten up fucking trucks and shit. If you hate all these people on fucking welfare benefits and shit, why aren't you getting mad at the management firms that are charging this much money for rent? Why aren't you getting mad at the utility companies for charging outrageous fucking prices? Like, if you don't want people on benefits taking your tax dollars, as you fucking say, why aren't you getting mad at the people that are making life so fucking expensive? Not to mention, Walmart and shit that says, oh yeah, we're only going to give you a part-time job with like 23 to 25 hours a week, but you have to have constant open availability because if you pick up a second job and we need you to fill someone's shift, you're going to get fired. Like, why aren't you people getting mad at the right motherfuckers?
Another weird week. Perfect metaphors do exist edition. While America's bread lines got longer and its healthcare got more expensive, the president illegally demolished the People's House to make more room so the ultra-wealthy can have better parties. While thieves stole jewels from the Louvre in Paris, America one-upped them by having its institutions looted by a sitting president. He wants us to pay him $250 million because the DOJ investigated his crimes. But he also says it helped him get elected, so maybe he should pay us a commission of all the billions he's made while in office. It reminds me of our most revered U.S. presidents, because he's acting like a combination of all the leaders and ideologies those presidents fought against. And whatever you think about the president's actions, Mike Johnson has definitely not heard about them yet. While the American taxpayer pays hundreds of millions for Noam's private jets and billions for the president's crypto scam, the only work being done by the GOP Congress is covering for the president for posting a video of himself being incontinent all over American citizens. They went on TV saying a man with a weird penchant for gold, poor hygiene practices, and who might have killed one of his own wives is definitely not acting like a king. A GOP lawmaker had a swastika flag, and a cabinet nominee has a Nazi streak, proving once again that young Republicans just get older. While measles cases and the national debt continue to rise as poll numbers are more underwater than a Venezuelan with a fishing hobby, or as they call them, narco-terrorists. And if any survive, they'll definitely be prosecuted. No, return back to their own. That's weird, right? Either way, between acetaminophen and becoming Latin America's most notorious serial killer, I think it's safe to say the president might just not understand how drugs work. George Santos was pardoned because he votes Republican, and Argentina was given a chunk of the U.S. beef market because their leader says nice things to the president. Less food inspections gave us more listeria. Less negotiations gave us more shutdown. And the less qualified you are for the military, the more ICE wants you to play pretend with them. This week they shot American citizens, tackled a blind man, and had to hire more healthcare workers because the number of people dying in their custody. Because they work for small men who want you to fear them. But no matter how big they make that Epstein ballroom, it won't erase their names from his files. And if all you do is hype yourself, complain, and sell people stuff, you're not a king. You're just another episode of The Real Housewives. Have a good weekend. Stay ornery.
If you hear, and there are way too many Democratic leaders in Washington who say this will all just go back to normal when Trump is gone, that person is a fool. And that person absolutely should not be in a position of responsibility in the opposition party. This is a moment of deep danger for the American Republic. And the politics of this moment, as the American people face economic misery ahead, will demand not going back to something that's gone, but imagining something that's new that prevents any of this from ever happening again in the United States of America. We owe that to our children to heal our sick society from the sick and twisted presidency of the fascist Donald Trump.
From here? Where's This is out of control. Masked men, 2 of them, descending on a woman with no warrant, judicial or administrative, and a barrage of questions for one reason only: she looks Hispanic. This is not law enforcement. This is harassment and prejudice and discrimination dressed up as law enforcement. Not even in the most relaxed interpretation you can give of the recent Supreme Court ruling that says that ICE can detain people based on the color of their skin or their language and their location. A decision, by the way, that will go down in history as one of the most unjust and unfair decisions out of the bench. Not even in the most relaxed and loose interpretation of that can this be justified. And yet she is targeted by Trump's private police because she's brown, because she's Hispanic, because she probably has an accent. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the result of the dehumanization process that this administration has planned and executed. Hispanic now equals undocumented, it equals unlawful, criminal, undesirable. It means targeted, wanted, hunted. And the hunter is an untrained, uneducated, masked man. But saddest of all, he's also cheered on by a segment large enough of this population that should have no place at all in a democratic society.
If you're not a believer and you believe you go nowhere, what's the reason to be good, really? There has to be some kind of a report card up there someplace, let's go to heaven, let's get into heaven. I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole.
I don't know, man. Heaven is tough to get into. Like, I don't want to throw cold water on your hopes and dreams, but you might want to think about trying to get into, like, a safety heaven. Like, whatever SUNY Albany of heaven is up there, you know what I mean? Like, apply there, Because the truth is, there's probably a good reason for Trump to worry about getting into heaven, Is it? Yep. That too. I mean, that wasn't even the first thing I thought of. Crazy how many things there are.